Dear brothers and sisters, let us continue the book reading Reality at Dawn, written by Babuji Maharaj, chapter Spiritual Training. Generally, people complain of numerous ideas creeping into their mind at the time of meditation. They think that they have failed in their practice unless they bring their mind to a standstill. But it is not so. We are not practicing concentration but only meditation. We must go on with meditation and mindful of the foreign ideas that happen to come to our mind at the time. The flow of ideas is due to the activities of our conscious mind, which is never at rest. We are still busy in meditation with our subconscious mind, while our conscious mind is roaming about and forming numerous ideas. Thus, we are not the loser in any way. In due course, after sufficient practice, the conscious mind too gets molded and begins to act in harmony with the subconscious mind. The result thus achieved is deep-rooted and lasting, and finally calmness. The characteristics of soul becomes predominant. In certain cases, I have observed the teachers exercising their will power to stop the normal functioning of the mind during sittings, creating a temporary state of senselessness or suspension of brain. The condition, no doubt, is most attractive to a beginner who is ignorant of reality, and he feels greatly impressed by this extraordinary display of power. In my opinion, it is only a feat of jugglery practiced by those who are eager to attract the large number of disciples in order to establish their greatness as a guru. I would call it the greatest misuse of power on the part of a spiritual teacher who has perhaps no other underlying motive than self-predominance. It is a wrong practice and greatly harmful to the spiritual advancement of an aspirant. Ideas thus suppressed or suspended soon begin to react with greater force, spoiling the entire system. Besides, the practice creates internal heaviness and dullness of mind. One who is subject to such a practice for a long time loses a sense of discrimination, and his power of realization gets blunt. In course of time, he gets completely spoiled and becomes quite unfit for the real spiritual training. If a man does not grow lighter day by day, he must conclude that he is receiving a wrong type of spiritual training. Constant growth of lightness of mind and spirit is the surest test of spiritual progress. Thus, the real spiritual training is that which makes our mind disciplined and regulated, restores moderation in senses and faculties, and creates lightness of spirit. Then alone internal peace and calmness is ensured and higher approach is possible. For this, the medium of a worthy master of high caliber, having the power of transmission at his command, is absolutely essential, and to him the aspirant must surrender with full faith and confidence. Here, Babuji Maharaj is clarifying almost many abhyasis long pending doubt. Most of the abhyasis are having this doubt. What is that doubt? And they complain frequently regarding this. That is the thoughts flowing during their meditation. Always people will complain about the thoughts that creep during their process of meditation, and they feel that they have failed utterly in their practice of meditation because they are prone with the thoughts. See, for this Babuji Maharaj is saying that it is not so. That means they have not failed in doing or practicing the meditation, because we are not practicing concentration. This we have to underline. Because we are practicing meditation, the process of thought force or the flow of thoughts will be there. Why? Because it is the character of the mind, and our mind is trained in such a way that it is active throughout the day without any rest, and it never rests at all. Further, it ponders over many things, many aspects, and around many people, and think in multiple directions. So, because of this nature of mind, we are always busy in thinking about one or the other subject. The same tendency it repeats during our meditation practice also. But even though the thoughts are flowing through our conscious mind, we people will do the meditation subconsciously, that is through our subconscious mind. So after some time, what happens? This subconscious mind starts reflecting its process of meditation on the conscious mind, and slowly the conscious mind gets molded to its original state of condition, that is the state of condition of our soul. Complete calmness, silence, which is the characteristic of our soul. And this characteristic becomes predominant both in our subconscious as well as in our conscious mind also. But in certain cases, some teachers exercise their will to stop the normal functioning of the mind during meditation, creating a temporary state of senselessness or suspension of brain. Then the abhyasi, who is not familiar with the character of the soul, he feels it something different, and he will be attracted towards that. So for this, what Babuji Maharaj is saying, that it is only a feat or jugglery practiced by those so-called teachers who are eager to attract the masses in great numbers and also want to prove themselves as great teachers. So, for this, Babuji Maharaj is calling it the greatest misuse of power on the part of a spiritual teacher who has perhaps no other underlying motive than self-predominance. So, dear brethren, there is no need to curb our mind or to suppress our thoughts during meditation. If we allow it to flow, slowly, it understands its real nature. So it again comes back to its original condition, that is the state of perfect peace, which is the characteristic of our soul. For this, I would like to give one small example of a classroom. Usually, the children in a classroom, they are really mischievous, and they or distracted, and they will never sit silently in the classroom, and they will do all the activities which makes the atmosphere completely disturbed. So, and it will be full of noise. So then, as soon as the teacher enters into the classroom, and as soon as they see the presence of the teacher, immediately they will stop doing noise and they will keep quiet. They will be silently sitting. But some children are there, even after the entry of the teacher, they will be doing their mischievousness. As soon as the teacher enters in, the teacher will take the duster and he will tap on that table and then says that, don't make noise, keep silent, sit silently, like that. Then they will become silent. So this, our mind, conscious mind, is like those children. And when a capable master bestows upon us his grace through his pranahuti shakti or power of transmission, then all our disturbed faculties will be under perfect silence. That means they regain their original state of condition. Similarly, when we start doing meditation and if we are disturbed by our thoughts and further we continue our meditation without any second thought, just we proceed further, it is very much akin to the elephant moving on a street and the dogs which are barking just behind it. Then what happens? The elephant will be moving in the street with a great dignity, and after some time those dogs shut their mouth and keep themselves quiet. And one more example of our daily routine life is mother and a child. The child will be mischievous and it is distracted and it will do all its play of mischievousness. But mother, though she looks at it, sometimes she ignores, and when she is loaded with some household work, then she wants to tune her child so that it facilitates her to carry on her work. For that, what that mother plans is, if she wants to clean all her grocery, then she will put little quantity of the grocery in a cup and calls the child to clean it along with her. Then the child observes her mother and how she is doing and what she is doing. In a similar way, the child will also imitate the same action, forgetting all her activities of mischievousness. Silently she will sit quietly and she will cooperate her mother and even assist her mother. In a similar way, our conscious mind is like a child. And when we start continuing our meditation practice without any hesitation of thoughts, then our conscious mind will also cooperate with our subconscious mind. and it regains its original state of condition, that is calmness and perfect peace. Further, Babuji Maharaj is saying that this idea of suppressing the thoughts, when continued, soon begin to react with greater forces and it spoils the entire system. Besides, the practice creates internal heaviness and dullness of mind also. So, one who is subject to such a practice for a long time, what happens? He loses senses of discrimination and his power of realization gets blunt. So, it is very much harmful and not at all encouraging. So, in course of time, he gets completely spoiled and becomes unfit for the real spiritual training. So, this is the fate of the person who try to suppress his mind. If a man does not grow lighter day by day, then he should conclude that his practice is wrong, or the training whatever he is getting through some guru is wrong. And constant growth of lightness of mind and spirit is the surest test of our spiritual progress. So we can check our progress in this way. If we feel lightness day by day, then our spiritual practice is in a proper direction. Otherwise, no. So, the real spiritual training is that which makes our mind disciplined and regulated, restores moderation in senses and faculties, and creates lightness of spirit. We should always feel lighter and lighter day by day. That is the actually symptom of our perfect spiritual progress. Then alone internal peace and calmness is ensured and higher approach is possible. For this, the medium of a worthy master of high caliber, having the power of transmission at his command, is absolutely essential. So, it is crystal clear that only the transmission power, the yogic power of a guru will help an abhyasi to mold his conscious mind to its original state of condition. So, for that, the aspirant must surrender with full faith and confidence. So, dear brethren, let us not worry about the thoughts which are creeping during our meditation. So, just ignore them and continue doing the meditation. And by the grace of God, we are blessed with the capable Master Babuji Maharaj, who is bestowing all of us the power of spiritual transmission to uplift us in the path of God realization. So, let us surrender to Him with full faith and confidence and do our practice sincerely. With this, I conclude today's satsang, and let us know more aspects in the forthcoming satsang. Till then, I take leave. Pranams. Namaste.
Mm-hmm.